6 habits that will keep you poor. What comes to your mind whenever you see a Forbes list of the richest people in the world? I can categorize your thoughts into two. The first thought would imagine what it would be like to make it onto that list, while the second thought would dream of getting rich even if your name doesn't make the Forbes list. This brings me to a category of people that don't care about how much money one needs to make. All they care about is to be rich enough to take care of their responsibilities and get whatever they want the moment they want it. Something that is worthy of notice is that you can never find a sane human wanting to be poor. You will never find a sane human wanting to live from hand to mouth. Everyone wants to be rich. There is nothing at all stopping us in this world from getting rich. We might not all be rich or wealthy enough to be on the Forbes list, but we can all be rich to the point of taking care of all of our responsibilities. Now, there are things stopping us and holding us back, and keeping us from moving from the poor zone into the rich zone. And these are the things that this video is about. I hope you enjoy and learn things as you come along with me in this video. Number 1. Not talking about money. What can make you poor? Lack of money? What can make you rich? Excess money. When you have noticed how important money is in this life, why not talk about it every day? See money as a power which you can invite in with your mouth. If you have been longing to go out on a date with a girl and she finally agrees to the date, imagine yourself telling your friends about the date every time. You do this so your friends can support you morally and advise you. The same thing should happen if you don't want to be poor. Talk about money in the midst of your friends, colleagues, business partners, mentors, social group. Talking about it will prove to others what you have in mind and your reaction towards success. By doing this, wealth-making advice would be given to you. Opportunities that can lead you out of the poor zone would be shared as well. If you don't talk about money, you will be like a snail hiding its head in its shell. It will never see the sunlight of the day. Expose yourself to the opportunities. Number 2. Failing to build an emergency fund. Another habit that will keep you poor is failing to have a separate account mainly for emergencies. No matter how rich you are, a single disaster, whether natural or man-made, can render you broke within a short while. As you grow wealth, have it in mind that an unforeseen situation might occur which will need to be sorted out immediately. I have heard stories of rich people who became poor because of a single mistake. Such mistakes might be health issues, criminal case, or bad investments. An emergency fund's main purpose is to cater to emergency needs. You need to understand that if you don't want to remain poor when an emergency need arises, you shouldn't dip your hand into your savings fund or your investment fund. In layman's terms, you have to be prepared at all times. Number 3. Buying items you don't need. Is this for showing off? Or do you have a weakness for buying things that look exciting to you? If you want to manage your funds, you don't want to remain poor. You need to understand the difference between wants and needs. Draft a list of what you want and what you need. Always go for what you need first before thinking of what you want. There is a possibility that you don't need what you want, and it's advisable to avoid what you don't need because in the long run such things can make you poor. For example, you have a car but you admire your friend's or neighbor's car and you have the means of getting another car. That car is a want and not a need. Do not add to your liability until you have enough assets. Number 4. Making impulse purchases. This is similar to what I discussed in point number 3. An impulse purchase is buying what you didn't plan for. I always state when given the opportunity that most of our daily activities should be written down in a note. If you don't want to be moving around with a pen and paper, write it down on your phone or computer's notepad. Buying something you didn't plan for really can turn out to buying something you don't need. An example of this would be walking into a supermarket and seeing a product on sale. You buy that product, feeling like you're getting a deal, when it's not something you needed to begin with. And buying enough of these cheap things can cause you to remain poor. You have to learn to control yourself. Number 5. Paying bills late. There can be situations where paying bills late is not in our capacity to avoid. In situations where paying bills late can be avoided, please do so, because paying bills late at times can lead to not paying bills at all. However many bills you have coming up every month, you've got to reduce if you cannot deal with that number. If you can cope, don't wait until the bills have accumulated and become too big for you to pay. Apart from bills accumulating, which will take a huge chunk of money out of your pocket at once, some bills increase as they go further past the due date due to interest rates. You have to watch out for the due dates in order to avoid unnecessary additional expenses. Number 6. Improper use of credit cards. It is so sweet, fast, and easy when you buy things and only have to swipe your credit card to pay. Don't forget the funds inside the card are on credit and you will still need to pay them back, probably with interest. Divide your funds into several accounts. If you must go out with any card, make sure it is one with limited funds so you can limit what you buy. We hope that we gave your brain something to chew on and absorb. We still have lots of lists in the pipeline for you, so click the red button and subscribe to our channel. We promise you, they are going to be worth liking and sharing. Please like our video and leave any comments or suggestions in the comment section below. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. See you next time. Bye.